Okay, hey guys, so today we'll be playing the Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake. Okay, I actually started this game a lot earlier, but then there is a big wait. There's something happened that kind of took away my progress. Yep. So I have to restart.
Welcome to my latest case, Ghost
Senior
Dogs of
detective, because
Moon
the last
Lake.
time I
To
actually
start
chose
playing,
Junior.
dear Ned, remember Sally McDonald, the woman who
Okay.
took those photos that Dad has up in his office? Well, she just bought a house in Moon Lake, Pennsylvania. A
Hmm?
gangster named Mickey Malone built it back in the 20s as his country getaway. We're talking major fixer-upper. Anyway, last night Sally called and she said she desperately needed my detective skills. She refused to say why over the phone. Naturally, I said I'd drive to Moon Lake immediately. But weird things started happening the moment I pulled up. First, this
So
big
that's
tree fell
Nancy's
down
car.
behind my car and has me totally blocked in. And then I discovered that Sally's gone. She left a note that suggested something terrible happens here at night. She's supposed to call me from her car. So here I sit, writing to you while I wait for the phone to ring. It's nighttime, and although part of me is dying to know what frightened Sally away, another part of me is starting to feel a little uneasy. I'll let you know what happens. Ever yours, Nancy.
Okay, so we get a call from Sally, I think. Okay, but before that, with loves, water bottle, banana. We don't need the banana, but it's there. Oh my goodness.
Hello?
Nancy,
Okay.
hi, it's Sally. We have to talk fast because I'm in my car and my cell phone's running low, so we might get cut off. But did you see my note?
Yes, are you all right?
No, I feel awful bailing on you like that. You must think I'm such a flake.
I'm just worried about you. What's wrong?
I couldn't stand the thought of spending another night there. I knew you were on your way, but it didn't help. I just got too scared.
What's to be scared of? It's so peaceful and quiet here.
Just wait until it gets dark. Then you'll see. What am I saying? Nancy, you shouldn't be there by yourself either. Why don't you just go get in your car and go home? Or drive to Philadelphia. My aunt's got plenty of room.
No way. You've got me so curious, I wouldn't leave even if I could.
What do you mean?
A tree fell down behind my car just as I was driving up to the house. I'm blocked in.
Oh, the dead maple beside the driveway. Oh, they told me it was in danger of falling over when I had the place inspected. I just never got around to doing anything about it. Listen, call M's Emporium. That's a store on the lake. Emily knows everybody. She'll know who to call if she decides to answer her phone.
Okay.
It's late. Won't the store be closed?
Where's my brain? Okay, look. I just bought a little outboard motorboat. I haven't used it yet, but the guy who put it in for me said it should run just fine. It's tied up at the dock out front. Just get in it and go. Go anywhere. Just get away from the house.
I can't just take off in your boat. It's pitch black outside.
Then listen to me. Go around the house and lock all the doors and windows. Do that right now.
Okay.
There aren't any locks on the doors and windows. What are you so afraid of?
Oh, no
The
locks on the
dogs!
doors or
Those
windows.
dogs! Out of nowhere. They're outside howling and snarling. Teeth and claws. Horrible.
Dogs? Hello? Did you say dogs? Hello?
Okay. So Sally would not answer. Oh, okay, now there's this.
What is that?
Okay, we need to investigate that. Okay, we really need to investigate that.
Something's out there.
Now look what you've done.
Okay.
That was a Strixvaria. At least I think it was. Never know for sure now, will I?
Who are you?
My name's Red Knot. And if you've got a volume knob, I'd appreciate your taking it down a notch before you scare away everything from here to Lancaster.
I'm Nancy Drew. What were all those noises out here just now?
That was me, Miss Nancy Drew, calling in birds. And doing a pretty good job of it, too, till you showed up. Where'd you come from, anyway?
I'm staying here in the old Malone place.
Now, why would you want to do a thing like that? The Malone house is no place for one young woman, let alone two.
What do you know about the woman living here?
I talked to her a couple of times. But you know, the last time I saw her, she wasn't doing so good. She acted real anxious, scared.
Did she say what was wrong?
The dogs. The dogs of Mickey Malone. Legend goes that when Malone was finally arrested and hauled away, his 4 dogs went running off into the woods and were never seen again. People would just hear them, howling like their hearts were broken every night until one by one, they all died and went silent. But every time someone tries living in the Malone house, back they come.
Are you saying Sally's house is haunted by ghost dogs?
Every night, ever since she moved in, you could hear them howling. And some nights the dogs would appear outside the house, running around, snarling and barking and throwing themselves at the doors and windows. And then they'd be gone. They're buried in the cemetery just beyond the house, you know. Them and Malone both.
The dogs would attack her house?
It's like they don't want anybody but Malone living there. I guess they don't know he's dead. And so are they.
Did they ever attack Sally?
She never gave them the chance. After the first attack, she stopped going out at night. Just locked the doors when it got dark and sat tight until morning.
Why haven't the police investigated?
This isn't New York City, Miss Nancy Drew. All they got around here is one officious little park ranger. And all Jeff Akers does is sit around all day trying to figure out how he can get himself transferred out of here to a bigger
But why
park.
is he just trespassing on Sally's property like
Do you live close
like he
by?
owns
I
this?
just come to Moon Lake in the spring to look for birds.
Uh,
Got an observation platform just up the path, kind of
uh-huh.
my base camp,
Observation
and I've got a
platform.
little outboard down there on the lake. Left my car at the big dock up lake.
I...
Don't really need it.
Okay.
Are those the ghost dogs?
Yes, ma'am. Which is why I think it would be a good idea if I went my merry way and you got yourself back inside that house. Good luck, Miss Nancy Drew.
Am I not allowed to go forward?
It's not safe to take the boat out at night.
Okay, so I... Oh. Yep.
This is not good.
Okay, so we have done that. Let me see if I can call Sally. Uh,
Hello?
Hey, Sally, it's Nancy.
Nancy, did you see them? Did you see the dogs?
Yes, I did, and I can understand why you left. They were pretty frightening. But if it's okay with you, I'd really like to stay and get to the bottom of whatever's going on. That's why you asked me here in the first place, right?
Yes, but Nancy, are you sure?
Positive. Consider Detective Drew officially on the case.
I wish I were even half the trooper you are, Nancy. I have such high hopes for that house. All the beauty there, the wildlife, all the pictures I was going to take. It would break my heart to have to give it up.
I need you to tell me everything you can about those dogs.
They're black and they have yellow glowing eyes and they don't like me one bit.
When's the first time you saw them?
Well, let's see. I heard them the very first night I was here. I heard them almost every night, howling in the distance, but I didn't actually see them until I'd been here about a week. After that, they started appearing pretty much every other night.
When they
Okay.
appeared, did they always do the same thing?
Yes, come to think of it. They always came running up to the house, barking and snarling. They'd lunge at the windows, they'd jump up on the door, they'd run around and bark some more, then they'd run off. What are you getting at?
These attacks seem to involve a lot of choreography, which reinforces my theory that you're not being randomly attacked by a pack of wild dogs, but by dogs who've been trained by someone determined to scare you out of your house at Moon Lake.
Who would want to do that? My closest neighbor lives 2 miles away. My property is surrounded by the state park, but it's off season, so hardly anybody is in the park. In fact, I bet I talked to a total of 3 people the whole 4 weeks I was at Moon Lake.
What about River Heights? Can you think of anyone there who'd want you to sell your house at Moon Lake and move back to River Heights?
You mean like an angry ex-boyfriend or something? Nope, I sure can't.
Since I'm going to be staying here a while, is there anything I should know about the place?
Well, let's see. I've got the water turned off because it's well water and it needs to be tested before I can use it for anything. In fact, if you could get that testing done for me, I'd really appreciate it. Oh, and watch where you walk in the living room. Some of the floorboards are so rotten you could fall right through. And I keep hearing these faint squeaks and rustling type noises coming from below the floor. I hope you're not scared of mice.
And this is that.
Who did you say I should call about getting rid of that tree?
Emily Griffin. She doesn't bother answering her phone sometimes, so don't call her. Go see her. Her store's on the west side of the lake. And brace yourself, M's Emporium is something else.
How well do you know her?
I feel like I've known her all my life. She's so open and friendly. She likes to make it sound as if Moon Lake used to be a major hangout for criminals and degenerates, which isn't really true and irks some people around here no end. But I figure she's just trying to make a buck.
How do I go about getting your water tested?
Try the ranger station on the east side of the lake. I've been told you can get some kind of kit there.
Okay.
Talk to you later.
Thanks again, Nancy.
Okay, we can progress this game a lot faster now because of this card. But then again, you can get the water tested without contacting Acres. Not Acres, what? Sally. Okay, AM. Now we're gonna go and see what's going on in the morning. Oh wait, why am I going here? Let me go to the shade.
A face only a gnome could love.
Okay, key. And then wait, I need key, right? I need a bucket.
Looks like paw prints. I
Yay!
need a bucket.
Okay, you need a bucket. Alright, let's see.
The boat's full of water.
Okay, empty out the boat. Okay, now we go back to the shed. Okay, excuse me.
It's locked. Oh, the key broke off.
This actually happened to me one time when I was on holiday. It was such a Nancy Drew moment. The key broke off the lock. Okay. Have the nails. Take it out. And then what? Okay. Wood.
Those look too rotten.
Okay. Rotten floorboards. Another piece of wood.
I better be careful.
Yes, okay. I know the way. Alright. Ooh, bird. Okay. Left, right. Okay. Okay. Piece of wood.
These look like dog tracks.
And the tomb. Okay, wait, now we can just. Okay, I mean we can't go to M's Emporium yet because we need something else. Okay, okay, left, and we are back here. Okay. Oh wait, we need some stuff from the house. Thank you. I need a map. Actually, I did not. Okay, then. Oh yeah, there is one more thing that we can do.
It's stuck.
Okay. Okay, and then there's the poem. Okay. Oh yeah, there's one more thing I can do. She's to get the Easter egg. I had no idea it existed. I'm supposed to call some number. Okay, excuse me. Alright. Ghost dogs and moonlight. Okay, I'm supposed to call a number which is 658. That is ringing.
Howdy, Solver. Hope you're having fun. I just want to congratulate you for being one of the first people to figure out that Scarlet Hand was my next mystery adventure. For meritorious service and keen sleuthing skills in a Nancy Drew mystery, I hereby award you with this super duper deluxe Easter egg finder. Wave it around in good health.
Okay, Easter egg. So this Easter egg is a little special. It can unlock new parts that have not been there in the forest. Okay, so like now there's nothing here, but take Easter egg out. Nothing there. Easter egg is something there. In 5 seconds, you see. Um. Okay. Okay. There's a reason why I'm naming it that. Okay. Those. Yep. Oh, there's no point I saved it. Okay. Oh well. At least I got everything. Okay.
The spark
Start.
plug is missing.
Okay, and then plus 0 minus plus. Okay. Plus 0 minus and plus. Okay. This one's done, but there is no spark plug. So we have to go back to the only person that is running around on this island.
The moon's so bright, I won't need my
Uh,
flashlight.
not island, this property. Okay.
Well, it's Miss Nancy Drew.
Please, just call me Nancy.
I will if you keep your voice down. I just heard a cerulean warbler.
Did you say last night that you have an outboard motorboat?
Sure do. Only type of motorized vehicle that's allowed on Moon Lake. Heck, if it were up to me, I'd ban them too. Have everybody get around by canoe. Nothing like the threat of physical activity to keep tourists away.
Why don't you like tourists?
I came to see birds, not people. The more people there are in a forest, the fewer birds there are. It's a fact of life. Reason I like to come here is because nobody else does. It's perfect. Not a decent grocery store, restaurant, or motel for miles.
There's no
Okay.
place nearby that sells boat parts? Sally's outboard is missing a spark plug.
I might be able to help you out. After all, I was a Boy Scout. Be prepared.
You mean you have a spark plug I could buy?
Well, just so happens I've got 2 spark plugs right here in my pocket. Question is, if I give you one, what do I get for it? I don't need cash, but maybe you could take a few pictures for me. Know how to use a digital camera?
Sure. What would you like me to take pictures of?
Birds, of course. There's a couple of birds I'm supposed to take pictures of for PEPSOB. That's People for the Preservation and Study of Birds. You can recognize them by their songs, which are on this tape, which you can play on my cassette player, which you're going to have to get from M's Emporium as soon as you get your boat fixed. Think you can handle that?
Sounds good.
Here's everything you'll need. M's Emporium is up lake on the west
Okay.
side. Not that I'm trying to get you out of my hair or anything, but try not to come pestering me till you're done, okay? One more thing. You smoke?
Only when I'm on fire.
Only when I'm on fire.
Oh, you're a spunky one, aren't you? Well, these woods may not look it, but they're tinder dry. One lit match, and the best bird habitat on the East Coast will go up in smoke. So watch what you do. 'Cause if anything like that happens, I won't be looking for birds anymore. I'll be looking for you. Watch yourself out there.
This isn't even your property. At this point, I think Sally can sue this guy for coming to her place, or at least get a restraining order, or put up protection or something. Why is he even there? I'm not sure. Okay, wait. Okay. AM, PM, AM. Ah, no, shoot. I need it to be morning. Okay. Okay.
Hey there! Welcome to M's Emporium. I'm Emily Griffin.
My name's Nancy Drew. I'm staying out at the old Malone place. You know, the house Sally McDonald bought?
Now, what's she doing inviting guests out to that old dump?
She's got a little problem she's hoping I can solve. But right now, I need a chainsaw.
A chainsaw?
A tree fell down in the driveway behind my car, and now I'm blocked in.
I'll get Tucker Davis to take care of it. Gotta warn you, though. Tucker tends to do things in his own sweet time. So how come Sally ain't with you?
The ghost dog scared her off.
I told her. I said, Sally, that old house is gonna be nothing but trouble. And sure enough, Malone's hounds have come back. Just when we all thought they were finally resting in peace.
Have you ever seen the dogs?
Nope. Don't want to, neither. Just hearing 'em howl's bad enough. Scares the bejeebies out of me.
I got the bejeebies scared out of me twice last night. Just before I saw the dogs, I caught a man named Red Knot prowling
And then
around
there's
outside the
that.
house.
The bird watcher. Comes in every so often to stock up on that weirdo food he eats. You know how them tree hugger types are.
It seemed to me that he was more into watching birds than hugging trees.
Yeah, well, whatever. One thing's for sure, he's gonna wind up with a dose of buckshot in his hind end if he keeps tramping through people's yards making noises like he just popped out of a UFO.
Where do you find your... Achoo!
Bless you. It's all the dust. Sometimes I think it grows on this stuff.
Some of those old bottles are beautiful. Where'd you get them?
Found 'em. See, back in the days of Prohibition, that old Malone place used to be party central. Only way to get to and from back then was by boat. And when those boats dumped, on account of bad weather or bad driving or the feds suddenly showing up, well, everything from diamond necklaces to full bottles of illegal booze sank to the bottom of the lake.
So it's finders keepers, huh?
That's right. See, recovering objects from the lake bed is illegal. According to Squeaky Wheel Acres, dragging the lake for artifacts was upsetting its delicate eco-balance. So thanks mostly to his constant squawking, the state banned it.
Are you saying you acquired this stuff illegally?
Well, of course not. It all washed up on shore.
Yeah, that's true.
I need to get the water from Sally's well tested. How would I go about doing that? Do you know?
Just get a water testing kit from the ranger station and follow the directions.
Where's the ranger station?
Just up lake from Sally's on the east side.
Why would there be a problem with the water?
'Cause it's well water. And seeing as Malone dug that well 80 years ago, what gets pumped out of it could be pretty funky.
Mr. Knott did me a favor, and in return he asked me to pick up a cassette player from you.
Oh yeah, I got it right here. Thought maybe the old coot had forgotten he left it here.
Okay. Why can't Nancy click on it?
What else can I do you for?
These so-called ghost dogs left very real paw prints. I saw some near the cemetery that's by the Malone house. Have you ever been there?
Can't say as I have. Poking around cemeteries ain't exactly a hobby with me.
Sounds like you aren't real fond of Ranger Acres.
Jeff Akers could take all his precious rules and regulations and take a flying leap. Now, I got nothing against getting more customers in here, mind you. But I kind of like Moon Lake the way it is. Small, quiet, out of the way. But Jeff Akers, why, there's nothing he'd like better than to see all the lake and all the property around it turned into one big, noisy, jam-packed state park.
Why would he want that?
He's the type of guy who likes to boss people around, makes them feel important. So if the park got way bigger and was crawling with tourists, why, instead of giving out maybe one ticket for littering every 2 days, he'd be giving out 12 tickets every 2 hours. He'd be in heaven. Well, hey, I'm sure you got better things to do than getting your ear chewed off by yours truly.
Guess I'll see you later.
Yodelay-hee-hoo!
Okay, now we go out. Oh, I forgot to ask for sandpaper. Okay.
It's stuck. I need some sandpaper.
Okay. And we can also take some pictures of birds.
Here, birdie, birdie, birdie.
Okay.
No birds here.
Okay. That's 2 birds.
Tweet, tweet.
Okay. Shoot. Oh no, I didn't miss. I missed that bird again.
I must have scared it.
Okay.
Missed it.
Okay. So now we cannot find any of the other birds. Let's get out. Hmm. Okay, there's still something we have to do. Okay.
Hello, can I help you?
Hi, my name's Nancy Drew. I'm visiting Sally McDonald. Are you the park ranger?
Park Ranger Jeff Akers, at your service. Let's see, Sally McDonald is the woman who bought the old Malone place.
Okay.
That's right. Only she's gone back to Philadelphia. Malone's dogs got to her.
Don't tell me she believes all that ghost dog stuff.
I saw them myself.
Whatever's out there, I'm sure they're no more and no less than exactly what they look and sound like. Dogs. Living, breathing, very noisy dogs.
Why do you think dogs would attack Sally's house?
Dogs can be trained to do almost anything.
Any idea what would make a dog's eyes glow yellow?
Something in their diet, maybe? Some oddball vitamin or protein.
As a park ranger, don't you want to know for sure what's behind these dog attacks?
Do you always ask this many questions?
Sorry, it's my nature. But would it be okay if I asked a few more?
I'm a very busy man, Miss Drew, but I am here to serve the public.
Do you have something I could use to test the well water at Sally's?
Sure do. Simple to use, too. Just pump some water into this vial, return the sample to me, I'll send it off, and in a day or two you'll find out whether or not your water's fit to drink.
Okay.
Does everyone out here have a well?
Everyone who doesn't want to die of thirst does. Hooking up to a municipal water supply is out of the question. Too expensive.
This place isn't exactly your ordinary ranger station, is it?
It's also the Moon Lake Post Office, and it's the unofficial Moon Lake Museum of Factual and Natural History. I've lived here all my life, so I can't help but feel obligated to protect not only the area's flora and fauna, but also its past.
Which is apparently rather colorful.
As a member of the law enforcement community, I prefer to dwell on the positive aspects of history instead of on the activities of a bunch of glorified thugs.
So you'd probably like to see the old Malone place torn down and forgotten.
Not necessarily. It's hard to ignore its potential as a tourist attraction. And if that's what it takes to draw more people to Moon Lake, I'm a reasonable man.
As an officer of the law, can you think of anyone who might want to scare Sally off her property?
The woman who owns the shop across the lake? Emily Griffin?
Okay, Emily.
I can't prove it, but I'm pretty sure she's been dragging the lake in front of Malone's house for artifacts,
Ooh.
which is illegal. It would be a lot easier for her to do her dirty work if nobody was living there.
What do you know about the cemetery behind the Malone house?
People are buried there. Beyond that, what's to know?
Are Malone's dogs buried there?
That's the rumor.
Would you mind mailing this letter for me?
Not at all.
Would it be okay if I looked around?
Please do. And if you have any questions, any more questions, just ask.
Thanks for all your help.
Always a pleasure. Oh, and one last thing. The deer mouse population has boomed this year, so please take precautions if you're cleaning out any area where they may have nested. They can carry some nasty diseases.
Thanks for the tip, Ranger Acres.
Okay, let's look at some stuff that's going on in this PC. Okay, and the Hanta virus. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, mouse. Okay, abdominal problems, headaches, chills, fever, muscle aches, fatigue, earache, sore throat, rash, 4 to 10 days after the early symptoms appear. Coughing and severe shortness of breath and lungs gradually fill with fluid. That sounds kind of like COVID. Okay, wait. Some palpitations, fishing, swimming, boating. Everything is prohibited at this point. Okay, I just saw a little prohibited twice. Okay. Poison, smack, blah blah blah. Okay. Extra water, extra food, extra clothing, matches, compass, map, blah blah blah. Hat, sunscreen, and common sense. Nancy has none of this. Maybe she has a bottle of water, but I think that's about it. She doesn't carry food. She doesn't carry matches. She doesn't carry a compass. She doesn't carry a first aid kit, definitely. She doesn't carry a hat. She has this though. And she doesn't have sunscreen. She does have an Easter egg. Doesn't count as food and common sense. But probably Nancy has that. I don't know. Okay. History of Moon Lake. Capri tribe. Jeff Baker's Roman numerals. Okay. Okay. And some podium. Okay.
Howdy, Nancy.
I need to buy something.
You want it? I got it. As long as you pay cash, that is.
Right now, cash is kind of a problem for me. Do you think we could do some kind of trade out?
You scratch my back, I scratch yours, huh? Seeing as how you're a friend of Sally's, and seeing as how I got some things around here that could use doing, I guess we could work something out. What is it you need?
Do you sell sandpaper by any chance?
I do, but Mr. Birdbrain was in last week and cleaned me out. Said he was tired of that observation platform of his giving him splinters in his hinter regions.
Think I could get some from him?
He's your only hope, but you better ask him for it quick. That deck of his is pretty big, and those squares I sold him are pretty small.
Guess I'll see you later.
You betcha.
Okay, so I need to go back to Sally's. Okay. Then bucket.
I don't need water right now.
Oh, come on. Okay. Okay.
You're back.
I have that water sample. What do I do with it?
Just give it to me, and I'll take care of it.
Thanks for all your help.
Not a problem.
Okay. Now we have to go out at night so we can talk to that hot guy. Yeah.
You find all the birds?
I found some birds, but no matter how quiet I am, I've been scaring other birds away before I can take their picture. What am I doing wrong?
You're wearing those clothes. That's what you're doing wrong. You need to blend in, like me. Go back over to M's tacky tourist trap and get yourself some
Tacky tourist
camouflage
trap.
gear. Only sensible thing that money grubber carries.
I'm sorry to keep bugging you, but I need some sandpaper. Emily said you might have some.
Here, take it and scram. I was just about to call in a meadowlark. That was always Ruth's favorite.
Was Ruth your wife?
Good heavens, no. My wife had no patience for birding. Ruth was my dog. Border collie. She'd hear a meadowlark, and by golly, her ears would perk, and she'd cock her head, and she'd just come as close to
Border
smiling as
collie?
ever
By
a dog
golly.
could.
Was she the only dog you ever had?
Yep. Wouldn't be worth the hassle anymore. Especially now that I'm retired and spend so much time at Moon Lake. The place is surrounded by park land, and Ranger Acres just loves enforcing the leash laws. There it is again. Take your sandpaper and go sand something, okay?
Okay. Alright, so now we have the sandpaper on this. Yes, we can sand this
It's
stuff.
stuck.
Okay. Oops. Yep. Okay, that's done. Okay, now we can go in and Gideon. Okay.
It could be mice making that sound.
Okay, we do not know the combination yet. I mean, I do because, like I said, I played this game, but then something failed, so I had to restart. So I'll be waiting for Nancy to get the hint of it. Okay, la la
William
la.
Akers? I wonder if he's related to Jeff Akers.
Hmm. Okay. Okay, that's piece three. Okay. Morning. Okay. Okay.
Howdy, Nancy.
To make a long story short, I need some camouflage gear.
Got some right over here. One size fits all. But I'm running kind of low on bait. So if you go out and get me, oh, say a dozen little critters, I'll give you the camos.
You got a deal. So, what kind of bait do you need?
Worms, spiders, beetles, grubs. Anything that wriggles on its belly'll do. Just look under stuff. Rocks, logs, dead leaves. Should be able to find 12 in no time.
Do I need some kind of permit?
Things ain't quite that bad around here. Least not yet. Now, if Jeff Akers' daddy was still around, you might get arrested for cruelty to animals or some such nonsense. Joe Akers used to be the deputy sheriff. Real critter lover, that one was.
Joe Akers is Jeff's father?
That's right.
Okay.
I found an old newspaper in Sally's house that contained an article on Mickey Malone. It really got my curiosity going. What else can you tell me about him?
Person you should talk to is Jeff Akers. He's got this historical museum thing going out at that ranger station of his.
I found this picture in Sally's house. Do you recognize anybody?
I'm guessing the guy's Mickey Malone, but I don't know who's that lady. Sounds like a case for our resident know-it-all Ranger Akers.
Guess I'll see you later.
I guess you will.
Okay. Now let's go to the ranger station. And I think I have to do another puzzle for the third time. Oh no. Ooh, okay. Wait, wasn't the dog bed empty just a second ago? Yep. It just appears.
You're back.
I noticed you have a dog.
That's Yogi, who never goes out unless he's on a leash. Park rules.
He seems very well trained.
I hope you're not suggesting I trained Yogi to run around in the middle of the night barking and attacking houses.
I found a newspaper dating back to 1927 in Sally's house. Since you're kind of an expert on the history of Moon Lake, do you mind if I ask you some questions about Mickey Malone?
Not at all.
The article mentioned that a man named William Akers used to work for Malone. Is he a relative of yours?
No. Quite a coincidence, I'll admit, but no. I am in no way related to the head flunky of some two-bit gangster and his gang of thugs.
I found this old picture in Sally's house. Do you know who these people are?
The man is Mickey Malone, I know that. I'm guessing that this is his girlfriend, Vivian Burnett, I think her name was. And judging by the year of that brand new Ford in the background, I'd say the picture was taken in 1928.
She was probably as familiar with Malone's house and his dogs as he was. Think there's any chance she's still alive?
Tell you what, Miss Drew. Why don't I go through my files and see what I can dig up on this mystery woman? I'm a busy man, but like I always say, I'm here to serve.
When and why was Malone arrested?
I'm sorry, Miss Drew. As usual, I'm a little pressed for time. If you have more questions, why don't you sit down at the computer and peruse the Moon Lake database of fascinating factoids that I've put together?
What happened to Akers and the rest of Malone's gang after he went to prison?
Fortunately for Moon Lake, they all left and went their separate ways.
Have you gotten the results back from that water sample I left with you?
I meant to call the Department of Health today for a status report, but frankly, I've been way too busy.
How long have you been the Lone Ranger here, as it were?
6 long, very frustrating years.
Oh.
If I were in charge of just 10 more acres of parkland, they'd give me an assistant. and I could devote more time to the acquisition of more land and eventually put Moon Lake on the map as one of the biggest, most popular parks in the state.
Why didn't the Parks Department buy the Malone property instead of Sally?
She outbid them, the cheapskates.
Well, if those dogs scare Sally away for good, other people are bound to think twice about buying the place. The bank will lower its price, and you'll have your land.
You're insinuating things again, Miss Drew.
I didn't mean to insult you. In fact, is there anything I can do to help you out?
Tell you what, if you're serious about making amends, there's some boxes by the computer labeled with dates. They're from the estate of a local history buff. She kept everything from newspaper clippings to old photos to recipes for apple crisp. She put everything in envelopes, then numbered them by year using Roman numerals. Just put the envelopes in order by year with the earliest date in front. Oh, and if you're rusty on Roman numerals, there's an entry on them in the computer.
Okay if I read what's in the envelopes?
Don't go reading anything until you're through, or take my word for it, you'll never get finished.
I've been trying to take pictures of birds for this guy named Red Knot. Ever met him?
Oh yes, the Birdman. I'd stay away from him if I were you.
Why? Is something wrong with him?
He's a fanatic.
Yep.
He's got it in his head that Moon Lake would be the best bird-watching venue in the world except for one thing. Too many people. Believe me, if there was a way to get this park shut down and all the homes on the lake torn down, he'd do it in an instant.
Thanks for all your help.
Not a problem.
Okay, now that that's done, we can.
Let's see. Jeff said the envelope with the earliest date goes down in the front of each box.
This is the third time I'm doing this puzzle. Okay, 1945. Is this 1908? 1908. 1900. 1941. That was 1945. 1960. 1941. 1960 should be around here. 1914 should go here. 1904 should go here. This is 1915. This should be 1913, 14, 15, 18, and 1919. Okay, this is 1910. 1908, 19. Okay. 1925. 1911. Okay, that's correct. 1900, 1904, 1908, 1910, 1911, 1913, 1914, 1915, 1917, and 1919. Okay, 1925, 1970. Okay, 1919. Wait, 1949, 1959, 1969. Okay, this is 1939. Okay, 1939 should be about here. 1969 should go up a bit. 1951, 1951, 1969, 1961. Okay, 1932, 1939, 1945, 1970. Okay. Okay. 1960, 1969, 1970, 1925, 1941. Okay. 1930, 1932.
Now that they're all sorted, I can
Okay.
do some reading.
Okay. It's just about Malone. Yeah, like I said, this is the third time I'm playing this puzzle. Okay. First time the game crashed. Again, the second time I actually deleted the video, and this is the third time. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's done. Next, you must just look at that. Okay. Ugh. 012932. Okay.
You're back.
I finished putting all those envelopes in order.
Excellent. Thank you, Miss Drew. And to show my gratitude, I've got something for you.
Chances are it isn't a paycheck.
No, it's an honorary Junior Park Ranger pin. I keep them on hand so I can give them out to children whom I see demonstrating respect for park rules and regulations. A little bit of positive reinforcement. Unfortunately, I don't get to give them out that often.
Oh, gee, thanks, Ranger Acres. Thanks for all your help.
Always a pleasure.
Okay, now that that's done, we can go look at this. Okay. I don't remember worms sounding like crickets. Okay. One, two, three, four, five, six. Half done. Okay. Oh, okay.
I must have scared it.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so we have like, how many do we have? 7. Okay, we need another 5. Excuse me. Okay, and then there's the howling. Glowworm. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Nine, 10. Okay, that's all we need. Oh, what's the sound? Okay.
nice junior park ranger pen. You must really be on Acres' good side.
Any word from Tucker, what's his name? He hasn't been by to move that tree yet.
I'll give him another call. But like I said, the man marches to the beat of another drummer. A very slow drummer.
Guess I'll see you later.
You betcha. Hey, Nancy, how's the bait finding coming along?
Got him right here.
Well, now, you done all right for a city gal. Here you go. Hope whatever you're hiding from won't catch you. How you holding up?
Guess I'll see you later.
You betcha.
Okay, she's got the camel here. And maybe I should go talk to traffic first project.
Good news. I have information on your mystery woman.
Thank you so much. Is she still alive?
Her name these days is Vivian Whitmore. She lives in Las Vegas, and her number is 702-555-9137.
Sorry to bother you again, but did those results from the water test come in yet?
There's something here for you from the State Department of Health.
And it's bad.
Oh my gosh, not only is the water bad, but it seems like the well may have been contaminated deliberately.
I wouldn't go jumping to conclusions without proof, Ms. Drew. I'm sure there's a far less melodramatic explanation.
Where's Yogi?
In the run out back. Even out of sight, he's under my full control, as park rules require.
He has to keep suggesting the park.
Thanks for all your help.
Not a problem.
Yeah. So there's another thing that we can do right now. Gloves. Okay, before that.
It looks like a tiny hole. What's the combination?
0, 1, 2, 9, 3, 2.
Speakeasy. Joe Acres? Emily said Jeff Acres' father was named Joe. Maybe Jeff is related to William Acres after all.
Oh. Okay.
The dogs will lead the way. I wonder what that means.
Okay. It's like the Nancy can see. Okay, what do I do now? What do? Okay. Take pictures of birds. Okay. Okay, dead end. Okay. Okay, what was the sound? Okay. Okay, one more bird to go. Okay. So let's get out of here and call it a night. Oh, okay.
How's the bird watching coming along?
Mickey Malone supposedly buried a bunch of stolen gold bars on his property way back in the 20s. Did you know that?
Really? That's interesting. I don't much care, but it's interesting.
So you don't know anything about it?
Nope.
I just can't seem to find a red-tailed hawk. Any suggestions?
Well, there's gotta be lots around here. You haven't been going around wearing sunglasses and earmuffs, have you?
No, Red, I haven't.
Well, according to my bird map, they like to nest in the big tree that's just to the southwest of the Malone house. I suggest you park yourself nearby and wait. Bound to spot one sooner or later.
See you in a while.
Watch yourself out there.
Okay, let's go down. Okay. So go out in the morning. And let's go to the street because something's about to happen here.
Well, I don't see any hawks, but this is probably the tree Red was talking about. At least it was the tree. That sounded like a hawk. Hey, what is that hawk standing on? Oh, that looks like a speaker.
And then see what got beaten up. Okay.
I better get out of here. My arms and legs are tied. I can't move. At least I can kick. If I could just get that scythe down, I could use the blade to cut the rope around my wrists and free my hands.
Okay. Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, is there a way to second chance this? Oh, no. So that's not the case. I think I'll just leave Nancy to die. But I have no choice. Oh, shoot. I messed up. Okay. Okay. Ah. Okay. This has to be on fire. Okay. Oh. Okay.
I can't just let this thing burn up. I've got to put it out.
Apparently one bucket of water is enough to put out the entire shed.
What in blazes happened? I saw the fire from my platform and came running. You weren't in there playing with matches, were you?
I was looking at birds, and then I noticed something on the house, and the next thing I knew, I was locked in the tool shed and somebody was setting it on fire.
Whoa, you're not making much sense. Probably smoke inhalation or something. Come talk to me after you've cleaned yourself up and gotten some sleep. I need to tell you something.
Somebody tried to kill you?
I didn't say that.
Somebody knocked you out, locked you in a shed, set it on fire, and you think they were, what, just pulling a prank? Wake up and smell the hostile vibes, Nancy.
I guess it's just hard for me to believe that anybody would consider me to be that big a threat.
I should have never let you stay there by yourself.
Sally, I'm fine. I feel bad about your tool shed, though.
Who cares about the shed? It was full of junk anyway. I'm glad to be rid of it.
That's kind of the way Ranger Akers saw it, too. He showed up right after the birdwatcher did and ticketed me for burning refuse in a
Ticketed.
manner that endangered park property.
That man is insufferable.
Emily was nice, though. She came by right afterwards and wouldn't leave until I drank the tea she made for me.
Look, Nancy, one more time. If you want to leave, just say the word and I'll come get you.
Sally, one more time. I'm fine.
Well, then promise me you'll be careful, okay?
I promise. I'll be in touch.
You better.
Oh, Vivian. Okay. Okay, I'll save that for another time. Okay. I'll save this in a file called We Do After Disaster. Okay.